I've done, at one point I did 3 treatments within a moon cycle, and I do recommend that because each time I was given the frog medicine, my connection and ease with that energy of that medicine was greater. And by the 3rd time, even when I was purging, I wasn't uncomfortable. It was the least comfortable. I mean, the most comfortable I've ever been while vomiting. It was barely unpleasant, and that first time that wasn't the case. And so there was this sort of there's this experience of coming in more relationship with that medicine, and with this idea of a purgative being a medicine. You know, people that I've met who told me about Kambo, and when I first was introduced to it in Costa Rica, the gentleman who gave it, the people that were there were not, people that had really done any ceremonial work. They were just locals who had some health issues, and they had heard this is going to be good for their health. So it was sort of like getting, we were in line with a bunch of people that were totally different people from different walks of life. But what they all shared was this knowledge of this medicine, that you do this medicine, you really feel good the next day. That's what they all told me. So this is the draw, is that it actually helps you feel good and benefits your health overall. So when I did the medicine 3 times within one moon cycle, within 1 month, that was much more noticeable, that improvement in health, because each treatment built on the one before and was easier, and I recovered from the treatment much quicker each time. And by the time I did the 3rd one, overall I felt a real noticeable benefit, improvement in my overall vitality and feeling of well-being. And I've subsequently done, I think, 2 other treatments on their own, and I have received benefit from that as well. But I do recommend I got a lot out of the 3. I really appreciated that there was a big awareness of dosage, and not trying to give anybody a hero's dose. So feeling safe, that helped me really feel safe and supported and trusting of the practitioner in that way. Appreciate that.
So you mentioned that you had actually been treated by some other UKA practitioners in this area, is that correct?
Yeah, and I had a similar experience with them as well. Held very good space. One was a woman, one was a man, and I appreciated their attentiveness, and also the practices of sanitation and protocol around that made me feel safe and comfortable. They also were did a fair amount of questioning beforehand to assess the best dose, and the dosage goes up within that moon cycle. So they were aware of how much I had been given, and they said, well, let's start with this, and and so that's something that I see is important, being really mindful and conscientious of the individual's need. People sensitivity is huge range of people's sensitivities, and to really get a feel for that with each person is important. And that was my experience with the UKA practitioners.
So you mentioned you had a pre-existing condition of Lyme's disease, which comes from this tick in North America, and I think there's other similar conditions from other parts of the world. And I just wanted to ask you, did you notice a specific impact from the Kambo treatments to the Lyme condition, or secondary infections, or something that you were dealing with?
A lot of my chronic conditions are a result of the tick, Lyme, and co-infections, but they're not necessarily active infections. So this sort of the stripping away of the sheath around the nervous system, and that major digestive issues. So it sort of left, whether or not there's active stuff happening, it leaves the body pretty run down, or it can, and so it's been a slow process of building. I would say that the Kambo definitely was a nice bump in that healing process, and my experience, at least what the practitioner shared with me, is that it can take a number of treatments and also combination with other protocols. So, and I've had a lot of experience working with that stuff, so I had done a lot of that stuff already. I would say one of the things with Lyme disease, is the way Lyme works is when you kill it, it gets real toxic, and so the die-off, they call it a Herxheimer reaction. So the bacteria is actually designed so that if you kill it, you feel much worse. And so it makes people make choices, that won't kill it, because as soon as you make a choice that starts killing it, and we're talking about killing off a small percentage of it, and you feel terrible. So you could be looking at months of feeling terrible to get rid of something like that, because as it dies, it just turns into this toxic sludge. So what I experienced with the Kambo is that because it's such a strong, quick detoxer, that's an incredibly helpful tool in the process of any of these kind of parasitic, pathogentic infections where the die-off is going to cause problems. Kambo is really good for cleansing the blood and the organs, and that's where I tend to have more toxicity than somebody else who hadn't had exposure to those pathogens, and it definitely helped clear out that toxicity.